Hey, how's it going, guys? It's the Jackening back for another video. So it's been a while. As you know, usually I say this pretty much every video that I do nowadays. Simply because there's really been no content, I guess, that I've wanted to do. I mean, like, say, some games they've been having they've had events, but I accidentally beat those events before I could actually record anything out of it. So yeah. So anyway, so today's video I kind of want to talk about the state of Crossing Void. So honestly, I just find it very bland. Like, there's what I think of it is I feel like Crossing Void isn't going to be lasting much longer. So maybe like a year or two. But I say this simply because for the past like 3 months we've had literally the same events. Just like rerun events, and the limited characters that have been coming out, isn't really the right word. They've been releasing, but basically most of them are just reruns, right? So last week it was Kimono Asuna, and now we have Kimono Shana, which have already come back twice. So this is their third time. Oh no, they haven't come back twice. They came back once. Now this is the second time that they've come back. So basically the third time that you can like summon for them, right? I mean, I guess this is good, but to me, honestly, a person who's got every single limited character and who doesn't really care about awakening characters, it's kind of just makes me not want to do anything, right? And you have this event, right? This event, I'm fairly sure it's already been around twice. This is the third time this event has showed up, and it's just very boring. It's just an event where you have to log in, you just farm, but it's kind of on the side, it's nothing special, and then you just have to wait. It's a waiting event, right? Which isn't very fun. Obviously you got like with this game, once you really get to like level 60, and once you're able to get like Pandemonium, you can essentially farm up quite a lot of Mygo, and I've barely spent anything on this game. Like maybe tops would be like 20 euros, but that was kind of last year. But say if I wanted to spend anything, I still probably wouldn't be able to get every single limited character if I just spent my Mygo wisely, right? If you just go like how I do it, I don't know if you guys have seen any of my other videos, like summoning videos. What I do is I simply just go for the A character. Once I get the A character, I stop. So that on the next banner the rate for the S character will be up, so then I can get the S character, then you go for the A, and then the S, and so on and so forth, and then that way you'll be able to get every single limited character. So you can kind of see I did a few summons not too long ago. Also Kimono Asuna, I wanted to try and get a dupe because with the Smile gun I really couldn't be bothered to just hang on to it. Kind of a bad thing to do, I guess. Yeah, because I think she's at Awakening 2. No, she's at Awakening 1. Anyway, so besides the point. So you can see I've got all the limited characters. I've pretty much got every single character. Obviously there are some that aren't built up. But regardless, I have every single limited character. And I barely spent anything. And basically, if I wanted to get a limited character, I could right now. You just farm the event, which is a very annoying event. And then you do Pandemonium, and then you do the dailies, and eventually after like a month of grinding, you'd probably have enough just to, with tickets and with Mygo, you'd probably have enough just to get the A variant, which is very good. But anyways, yeah, I wanted to talk about the state of it, right? So as I was saying, they're rerunning a lot of events lately. Like, from what I remember, Christmas was kind of it was exactly the same event as the past 2 years. They only added like literally an illustration, and that is it, in like the rewards. So I didn't even participate in that because that was really boring, doing the same thing. Then this is literally the same thing as past 2 years, so it's kind of boring. And they really haven't released any new content. I mean, obviously the most recent event we had was Morpheus Run, but I don't personally really enjoy that. Obviously you gotta remember this comes down to like personal opinion, right? So maybe I don't like it and you guys absolutely love it, and that's totally fine. But yeah, I mean, like, if you kind of just look at the events, like, you have Psyche Zone, which is kind of a cool event, because you can get, like, Psyche's characters, which is, I guess, kind of illustrations, and I see, like, you know, games like this, kind of like a collection game, instead of more being a, like, RPG kind of competitive game, I just see it as, like, a collection game, like most gachas, right? Like, for example, like, Dokkan Battle, I see that as a collection game. And this is the same, right? So Psyche is kind of cool because you can collect like these illustrations. Like for Toradora, you can get Ami and I forgot their names. Anyway, you can get like illustrations of like characters that aren't in the game, which is kind of cool. It's a very cool collection thing. Treasure Hunt literally becomes pointless once you get to like level, I don't know, like 60. Because once you're at level 16, you can really do all like the hard challenging event. I mean, look at all the like S-equip items that I have. Most of my like items are completely maxed out, right, for every single character. Oh, I mean like every single like important character that I use. So there's no real point in me spending it all and just wasting my time on putting equipment on characters I'm not ever going to use. So yeah, Treasure Hunt comes useless. Void Expedition, I mean that's kind of cool. It's kind of a hard challenging event. You can get some really cool rewards from it. No, I've went to the wrong place. Shop. Because you know, you can buy like tickets, which is kind of cool. You can buy the Origin fragment. You can buy, you know, some S characters, some A characters. You can buy some Awakening for the Swimsuit Izaka, and you can buy some Awakening for some characters, like, you know, you've got Tiger here. It's kind of cool. And they do update this after a certain while. So you see up to, I think, like, up to here. Yeah, right, so there wasn't like Tiger and all that beforehand. So they added that in recently. So that's a kind of cool event, but it does get boring because, like, for one thing you have to do 8, and it does kind of take a while. Here's the thing with Crossing Void, is that it takes a really long time to grind, which is a problem. And then you have Mirage. Mirage is kind of cool. You get some really good rewards for some really quick fights. So for example, if you don't have Zero, you know, like maxed out, I mean, I've got a stupid amount of fragments, and she's completely, well, I say completely maxed out, she's S and she's got everything I want her to have. But Mirage is kind of cool. It's kind of a PvP kind of thing, but not exactly, but still kind of. The Pinnacle, I mean, you know, once you get to a high enough level, you completely beat that, so you can't even do it anymore. Pandemonium, that's kind of cool. You get the rewards, you can build up equipment, but then again, once you get to a certain level, it just kind of gets boring, and it's such a pain to move from one space to another. It'll take you like, I don't know, maybe like 15 minutes to finish a whole like Pandemonium, 15-20 minutes, and the fights aren't even that hard. It's just the fact that it takes so long. Breaking Event, I mean, I guess that's kind of cool character XP, but that's, you don't really use that because you have so many coins once you level up. Uncharted Void, I mean, equipment, character XP, same things, like you don't need equipment, you don't need character XP. First thing, this is, I guess it's kind of a cool event, but not much more to it. And this literally is, I know a lot of people use this for like a damage test, which obviously it's a very useful thing to do if you just want to, like, if you got a new unit and you max them out and you want to see how good they are. It's like a stage that you do once, and then you do once every 3 days, and you get your like 100 Nigo, and then you're out. And I know there is like a lot of people that do like doing PvE, like I don't post it anymore on Twitter, but I did like to post like tournaments or like PvE kind of matches, PvP, sorry, matches. So it's kind of fun to watch, right? But see, I just don't enjoy this game anymore. Like, obviously I do enjoy it. Like I enjoy like the characters, looking at the characters, the illustrations, everything. It's really cool. Like I'm a massive Dengeki Bunko fan, so meaning I just like most of these series, right? Like I love Sword Art Online, Shakugan no Shana, you know, Index and all that. But I don't know, I just find it very boring because there's nothing that makes me want to turn the game on and just play play Crossing Void. There is nothing right now, and there hasn't been anything for quite a few months. I mean, the Alice came out, and to be honest, I don't think I've even used her. Like, I did her for the showcase, and that is it. I've never touched her again. Because, well, she's a support character. First of all, support characters aren't exactly fun. You just don't run a support character, you run a main with a support. You know, I just find, you know, Crossing Void boring. And like I said at the start of the video, the kind of rate it's going, because there's no social media presence anymore. They're not doing any Twitter reveals. They're not, you know, doing, as I can see, they're not doing many publicity for the game. I just feel like this game is going downhill, and I eventually think that maybe in a year or two we'll be seeing servers shut down, because I really don't see this game going on for much longer, because, you know, they're redoing same characters, and there's got to be a point where people are just, okay, well, I have every single character maxed, especially like the whales, right? I have every single character maxed. There is no, like, Kimono Shana, I've had her maxed since like the first time she released. So they've released like 10 banners of just reruns where I just don't need to summon, and that will cost the game a lot of money. Now, obviously, if you're like a new player, then this really isn't a problem for you. But I mean, if you're a new player, you have a hard time getting MyGo. So it's kind of a, you know, it's kind of a weird situation where old players just get bored, and although they can get MyGo, they've already got all the characters that they're releasing because they're just reruns. And new players have a hard time getting MyGo, so they can't get the limited characters, and they can't summon. So new characters or new players are kind of going to be pushed to the side, and they're not really going to want to, you know, invest the time because they're not getting what they want. Obviously you do get like a free S character, but that's not really a summon, is it? That's just a, you pick who you want. So it's kind of a problem. I guess, you know, if I could just give some advice, I guess they really need to start, you know, increase their social media presence. I mean, it really can't be that hard. I mean, if I can do it, literally just sat down and I can like showcase a character, and, you know, post a video on YouTube, then they can surely do a little showcase. You know, I was thinking, at one point they did like the survey, right, where you had to fill in, and I was just thinking, well, why don't they just like show off literally like normal characters, like Tiger, for example, right? Tiger, to me, is literally like the coolest character in this game, because never would I have thought that they would do Tiger as like a fighting game character. And by the way, she's my main in Dengaku Bunko Fighting Climax Ignition, so, you know. Then again, it's kind of a dead game, so it doesn't really matter. But anyways, so you see Tiger, she, what do you call it? She's a really cool character. She's got really cool animations. And, you know, there's a lot of people that like Toradora. So what I was thinking, okay, is just show off the character in like a Twitter video, and then show her awakening. And maybe show like the differences she has, show her illustrations, and that would get people to go like, oh, I like Tiger. You know what? I'll go play that game. You know, for pretty much everything, right? Because at least for like global players, people who speak English, not necessarily English, just not Japanese, like people who's native Japanese speakers, I guess. Like, for example, like Index, there is, to my knowledge, there's not like a English mobile Index game. There's obviously Imaginary Fest, but that's Japanese. So, you know, I don't know, like show Misaka off and her animations, and just do some publicity. And, you know, you could do the same for like limited characters. Obviously you can't, you probably can't do like, for example, Alice, and you can't actually get her in the game. But I don't know, when she's out, it's just they really, really do not do any publicity. There's nothing on Twitter, I don't see anything on Facebook. The only thing I get is like a mail, like an email, when there's a major event, like a Christmas event or an anniversary event. They're the only two times I actually get an email, or maybe the summer one. But, you know, I mean, there's like, you know, like loads of people like Leafa, loads of people like Misaka. Ryuji is a really cool character, you know, like Angel or Yuki, like her climax skill was really cool, and a lot of people would play this game purely to have to look at that skill, right? and they just do nothing. And to me, that's just the signs of like Crossing Void is dying and it's a dead game, and it's no longer. They're putting less effort in it. They're just doing reruns because they're on their last legs, and they've decided, okay, let's just re-release everything we've released, try and get the most money out of it, and then we'll call it a day and shut down servers. That's what I feel like is coming. In like a year or two, or honestly, it could even be in like 6 months. But I feel like it will be like a year. They'll do their 3rd anniversary, and then they'll capitalize on like Christmas, and then I think they'll finish. But then again, I am hoping that like maybe they release maybe like. See, it's a shame because Crossing Void, like when I first started playing it, it was really cool. Because you had like Kirito, and then you had like Toma. It was really cool. But if it means they're shutting down servers, I hope it at least means that they're maybe doing another fighting game, right? But yeah. Anyways, so let me know what you guys think. Give me your thoughts, and I will see you guys in the next video, which I'll maybe be posting in a couple of days as of recording. And you guys should see this video literally like an hour after I record it. So yeah. Watch how you go.